Then when my dad got back in town, then he beat me. But I got 10% of the beatings I should have got, because I was a handful, to say the least. I was a handful, and I wanted to be a priest. I used to teach Bible study now, catechism. Do they still call it catechism, Murph?
They do, yeah.
Yep, I used to teach catechism to the smaller kids, and the nuns thought I was an angel. Sister Louise thought I was an angel. And the nuns that y'all see on these pictures all think I'm an angel. I support them, but financially. But I have about 240 nuns that pray for me every day. I have at least 6 or 8 masses held by priests that I'm mentioned in the homily. And St. Teresa, who I put my money on the bitch when she was just a Mother Teresa, she was ruthless. She was ruthless. And I haven't done the shit she's done, or did. And they accelerated her to be saint. So, maybe the nuns are right. Maybe all the nuns say we're all going to go to purgatory. That's the halfway house, kind of, in the Catholic religion. And you're on a rocket ship. I'm going to pass Elon Musk on his way to Mars. I'm passing his ass on my way to heaven, assuming heaven's beyond Mars. But 85% of the money Sally and I give away are Catholic Church oriented. Missions from Sri Lanka to the Philippines to Rwanda. And then the rest is regular non-denomination kind of scholarships and stuff. And the guys, and the reason why Elon Musk's favorite word is fuck. He says it every 4th or 5th word is fuck. Okay, he cleans and Gates and all these guys. I mean, they were ruthless in growing their businesses, but they're rewriting their legacy, just like Obama is rewriting it, just like former presidents rewrite it, because they want to be remembered. It's not what you did in life; it's who wrote what you did in life is your legacy. So I'm buying my way too. I'm not. I admit it though. I admit it, and the Catholic Church says, what other religion has been around 2,000 years with all its problems? When you bring up the child molestation, all that stuff, with all its problems, but I dealt with the Vatican Bank, and all the stories about the Vatican Bank are true. They're crooked, and the Vatican banker that hung himself on whatever bridge it was in London, the day before he was going to testify before the House of Commons, he was my guy. He was my banker, and it's a ruthless organization. That's why I pray for the Pope, the current one, because he doesn't sound like a ruthless guy to me. Or he doesn't appear to be. But okay, now let's. I want you to watch this. Cat, you got it? Okay, now watch. Why didn't that get on CNN? A sister beating up on a white boy. God damn. Yeah. I mean, good. He busted him. I'm sure the kid, little shithead, deserved it. But I got beat. I never got beat like that, But to this day, if I put my hands out, I used to get hit by the ruler, by the nuns, or a switch like this. I still have that reflex. Okay. A QLA is my rifle. QLA is my best friend. QLA is my life. I must master it as I master my life. Without me, it is useless. Without QLA, I am useless. This is an infantryman's motto or mantra with his rifle. And QLA is your weapon. And I want you to be selfish with it. And the more aggressive, as long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, the more aggressive you will be, the more successful you'll be. You heard Frank? 7 months, he was like Murph. You can't be all things to all people. You got to I want you to be selfish for yourself, and that translates in being selfish for your family. Otherwise, I mean, QLA, you'll have a hard time. Doesn't mean you can't make it work, but it'll take you a lot longer. And he's gone from first 7 months, other than building his dream team, which is not a small task, accountants, lawyers, and financial institutions. He is now, I think got 9 or 10 acquisitions, and ostensibly he's wealthy by normal standards. He's not ostensibly by my standards, but my standards are a higher benchmark. And remember, it all started with that check for $1,400,000. I almost didn't go to the officers club that day. And when you're a young officer, you want to go and drink at the end of the day. And it was about 7:30 at night, and I was going to go off to a guest house, a German guest house, a pub or something place. But I went in, and my life changed. And for some of you, hopefully all of you, the light bulb will go off here, because the myths that you've been fed through your lifetime, and some of you are just in your early 20s, and some of you are a lot older. But just remember Josh Kim, 17, now 21, and there's no reason. You have to come up with reasons why not to do it. You have to fabricate reasons. And other than he had squared away parents, which unfortunately not too many people have. So he had that as an advantage, but that's serendipity. That's just the draw of the cards. He didn't ask to be born to them, but praise Allah, he was. And at least for now, he's my current, he's not a teenage phenom anymore. He doesn't like me saying that anymore, because when he turned 20, I'm not a teenager anymore. I said, okay. But he's forevermore, he's my teenage phenom. Any questions before we break?
No, I have a comment though.
Okay.
I noticed that both of those videos we saw, two individuals who are doing well with QLA, and you just said this, the more aggressive I am, the more successful I'll be. And those guys both had big pipelines. They had big pipelines of people who were looking potential sellers. The first guy had a big pipeline of banks he was talking to.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a numbers game.
Exactly. There's just...
It's a numbers game. For those of you that have been in sales, any kind of sales whatsoever, the one of the first tests that you'll have for yourself is differentiating a suspect from a prospect. A suspect's willing to talk to you. A prospect's potentially willing to buy from you. There's a big difference. But once you get over that. And that really is a speed bump, just a little bump, not a Grand Canyon thing to jump over. I mean, and you realize that you got to fill up the pipeline. And in Frank's particular case, he had more than one pipeline. But it was numbers. He started with 7,000, down to 1,500, down to 1. 7,000 was the total universe. 1,500 was the universe that he was interested in. 1 was the sale that he was going to make. Okay. Then when that sale is either made or not made, then it's 1,500 down to 1 again. Yes, sir.
Do you think it's best to look for companies that are doing exceptionally well within your parameters, or companies that you think can do well and are struggling within those same?
No, neither. You're looking for somebody that is a motivated seller. I'm teased in the business back when I was doing M&A all the time. A perfect motivated seller to Dan is the wife just had a stroke. She's in a wheelchair. And the husband is spitting up blood from emphysema, got 6 months to live. Really, I like 6 weeks to live better than 6 months. Now those are motivated sellers. Mom and pop. I can't help the emphysema. The stupid fucker smoked for 45 years. That's his fucking problem, right? She wouldn't have had a stroke if she was taking care of her body instead of getting to be a fucking looking like a Volkswagen and turning him off so he doesn't even want to sleep with her anymore. That ain't my problem. I'm there to help them. I'm going to solve their problem. They have no no succession plan. And then later on, I'm even going to help you with your taxes. We'll get to that in a couple of days. I'm even going to help you with your goddamn taxes. Arvie and Margaret, I've closed more deals over a kitchen table with a coffee pot. I've seen the sun go down and motherfucking come up through the same fucking window. Because I don't leave until you buy. You're either going to buy this motherfucker or die here at the table. That's it. There ain't no choice. I had a 94.6% closing average when I sold real estate. You either bought the motherfucker or died at the right there. They used to call me the hammer, and then I morphed into the hatchet man, the hammer, because I used to clean shit up. But there ain't no choice. Now, some people would say that you have to learn how to say no, K-N-O-W, and no, N-O. You have to know when to say no. Steve Jobs says say no to everything. Bill Gates says no, say no when you're starting out 1,000 times. You really have to know when to say no. Now, when at the 50-year reunion, my 50-year high school reunion, some of the girls I used to date, who Sally met, and said, Dan didn't know what no meant. Dan thought no meant more. Which is true. They just got confused. In the heat of the moment, they said no. They didn't really mean no. I've never known what no meant. When people turn me down, I am mystified. Are you fucking crazy? You have shareholders in this fucking bank, you fucking meathead. You've got a shareholder responsibility. This is the greatest deal since God, Allah, Buddha, Mother Pie, motherhood, apple pie. You have a responsibility to the shareholders. What do you mean turning this deal down? I want to talk to your the bosses. You would never do that. There's not a white, black, yellow, or purple man that's ever come to this fucking seminar that'll do that. There's a reason why I live in this castle 35 years, debt-free, and haven't had to work through it. There's a reason. Even idiot from Beaufunk, Mississippi ought to figure this out. There's a reason that, and I'm not trying to put myself with Steve and Bill and those guys, but there's a reason those guys, they did stuff that were extraordinary. They did things that were outside the box. You talk about being outside the box, right? We hear that all the time. Nobody in this room has ever been outside the fucking box. You were at the deal. The 19 deals were closed since that seminar. You know all those people, right, Murph? Were there any Einsteins in the room? No. The guys that and the 10-month guy wasn't there, but 19 deals, since December. It was December, right? December last year. Yep. It's not the highest percentage I've ever had, but I mean it's better than my competition. There haven't been 19 deals. You take the industry, every cocksucker that teaches PD, success, any of the shit. You take all of the motherfuckers and you lump them together. What was this? Probably 10,000 guys teaching this shit? Maybe more? They haven't done 19 deals in their whole fucking career. Forget 10 months. And we have a witness, not that I need a witness, but we got the Murph. Unfortunately, Murphy's Law, there's a lot of reality to Murphy's Law, but Murphy is a very careful guy. I don't have to worry about him crossing the T's and dotting the I's, I don't. I have to be concerned about him crossing the T's more than once and dotting the I's. So I got close. Yeah, no, you are. You're right on the cusp. Yeah. You're right on the goddamn cusp. But but yet the meatheads here on YouTube are gonna They're gonna. What does he mean? The whole industry, the whole world, 10,000 people didn't do 19 deals. They won't get it, Bert. And that's why you're fucking poor, you cocksuckers. And you're gonna stay fucking poor. And you keep watching YouTube, you fucking mealy mouth. Anyway, good night, YouTube. Go fuck yourself.